Tagging off? Hey.
Ooh. Scared the life out of me, mate.
I didn't mean to. Picking up any tips?
I don't think they like the short straights here.
You didn't mind them, did you?
I love this track. Always do well here. Well, used to.
How are you doing, Devin?
Me? Golden, mate. Loving life.
Yeah, sure.
You know what it's like to leave all this behind, don't you?
Yeah, it's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
Yeah, well, like that. But, I didn't choose this, Casper. I didn't.
I know.
You came back, right? How's it treating you?
Ups and downs?
How's our old teammate doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's happy here.
He still thinks he belongs in that top team, see? He's never let it go. That's the problem. You know, I could have a word with him. I mean, if you think that might help.
It's all a bit delicate.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I understand.
No, Devin, I mean it.
Yeah? Scout's on him, mate.
Did Casper really want you to talk to Aiden?
I read between the lines. Look, Casper's good at lots of things, but I know people. Yeah, I know how to get in their heads. And I wanted to help Dad, help the team, so,
Leave me alone.
Listen, I'm just saying, mate, if you were such an incredible driver, you wouldn't be a constable, would you? Sorry, it's the truth. No offense.
Or maybe I won't be here next season.
Dude, you know what your problem is?
Yeah. You.
You think you're better than the team. I remember when Aiden Jackson was just happy to be behind the wheel of an F1 car. We all liked that guy far better than this one.
You never liked me.
No. But Casper did. Once upon a time. Now you're different now. You think you're too good for the team. Your head's stuck in some imaginary big three-seat in cloud cuckoo land, mate. No. You have got to drive the car you're in.
You're lecturing me about ego.
A subject I know well.
Oh, right. I get it. So you're allowed to be cocky, but I'm not. Is that it?
There's a difference.
How can there possibly be a difference?
This isn't you. This isn't you, mate.
Oh, get lost. Be true to myself. Drive the car I'm in. The wisdom of Devin Butler. Should I be living my best life too?
Just drive the car you're in, mate, yeah? Ciao.
Welcome then to Marina Bay and a tough, bumpy street circuit that will test these drivers to their absolute limit.
Alright guys, so welcome back to F1 2023 Breaking Point Series Part 12. Okay, so we're here out at the Singapore Grand Prix. It's such an awesome scenery and such an awesome turn of events on this Breaking Point series. Yeah, so okay, so I'll leave you with some footage there, and we'll definitely be back. Stay tuned.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Okay, DRS is now available. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race.
Davidoff?
The investors are ruthless, are they?
They seem pretty ruthless to me, yeah.
Look, those kind of answers, they don't serve our mutual interests.
I'm just telling the truth.
Nobody's asking you to lie.
Aren't you?
Connor Sport is a success story. It doesn't help anyone to start claiming otherwise.
I'm not sure we're really a success story if we're not here next season.
Just think about your answer the next time you're asked those kind of questions. That's all I ask. Thanks, Aiden.
Come on, I just want to chat, Cal.
Why? Because he told you to?
Stop making this about him. Just talk to me.
We raced in a lot of the same races growing up, and one of us would always have a better race than the other. So in the car on the way home, one of us would be happy and the other would be completely miserable. There was no middle ground. It was like it was impossible for us both to be happy at the same time. And it's kind of been the same ever since.
Look, it's my job to talk to the drivers, Callie.
Yeah, and who gave you that job?
Why are you being like this? It's not even me you're angry with.
Maybe it is.
Oh, really? This again? We were kids, Callie.
You left me behind.
Come on, what was I supposed to say? Oh, thanks, Dad, for continuing to invest in my career, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline, just in case I hurt poor Callie's feelings.
Of course not.
And what?
It didn't have to be a choice, Dev. He had the money to fund both of our careers. I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
Well, we were young.
Yeah, but we're adults now.
Yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, I'm not much competition anymore.
You never were.
I'm sorry, Callie. For everything. You were always faster than me. There, I said it.
Nice try.
I mean it.
And did you mean it?
Of course not! Faster than me? No. She was never faster than me. She'd love that. No. But if there's one thing my old man taught me, it's that sometimes people need to hear what they need to hear. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why are you doing this? I saw him in the paddock. This would have been Sao Paulo. And I finally spoke to him. I just wanted to know why.
Something's come up. I'll call you back. Callie, so I'm allowed to talk to you now.
Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Why are you being so hard-line about this?
For this to be a worthwhile investment, Connosport Racing must be successful. It's just business.
It's not, though, is it?
Excuse me?
Well, why am I in the team if it's just business? Why was Devon? You can't keep involving your family in this and then hiding behind it's just business.
This is one of the biggest investments I have ever made. I must take care of the business. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon, obviously. I'm not interested in any of it.
These matters are complex, Callie. But they all benefit the business. They all benefit the family. And ultimately, they all benefit you.
You said this the last time you tried to stop me racing. I didn't buy it at 12, and I certainly don't buy it now. I don't understand what goes on in that head of yours. You threatened to end my F1 career, and then you claim it's for my benefit.
Have you any idea how much money I have plowed into the team?
Yeah, that's the thing with you. Money. Nothing changes.
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
No, Dad. I wouldn't expect you to.
You need to be more realistic, that's all. Not everyone survives in F1. You know that.
5th in the standings.
5th.
5th.
Alright, so thanks guys for tuning in and welcome back to F1 2023 Breaking Point Series Part 12. Okay, so we are at the moment racing in Brazil, or as it's called, Brazil. It's the Brazilian Grand Prix, guys, and yeah, and it's such a beautiful track. It is short. Not very much of steep corners, more of huge like straight lines in a way. So the game so far, as I was saying, like there's a couple of things that can be added for sure to just provide more engagement throughout the atmosphere. Okay, so we have some engagement. Yes, it is some sort of a limited engagement where we don't have a free of discovery, like trying to figure out like best ways. Like let's take an example. If we are able to have a certain lifestyle in the game, let's say for example like driver, let's say Aiden. Okay, so Aiden he has a place where he lives. Each and every time he travels to like a certain country, right, the scenery has to change with it. Like this is my interpretation. Like if I'm going to Singapore, right, I'm not gonna be like having the same room, right? I'm not gonna be seeing the same room, right? Let's say for example, like if I'm staying in a certain hotel, what if I'd be able to like roam around that room, and the hotel rooms would change based on each and every country, right? And then when I say like go to the next chapter, right, so I need to travel to the garage or the headquarters. If we need to discuss something before the race, right, there's an urgent meeting, right, we can do like in a restaurant, right? If I get a certain contract from a new team, right, I'd be like doing that contract like in a restaurant. Just the same as like the same scenery has been done before by EA Sports in FIFA, in the FC24. So like if I'm signing a new player, there's a scenery of restaurant, right, that I'm trying to sign the player. So the scenery changes. This might be a very valuable add-on in terms of experience, because F1 is not just about the car, not just about the driver, and not just about the team. It's about the simulation lifestyle itself. All these three factors are combined to give you that experience of a Formula 1 driver. So I do believe that add-on would definitely impress us as gamers or as users, or as people who want to try out that simulation of some sort. That would be a great add-on. And in EA Sports, in games such as, of course, FC24, I'm taking that example because it's the same company who are doing both games. So in FC24, like you have the option to be the principal, and you have the option like to be the manager of the team, and you have the option to be the player. You know, playing in a certain just player, like a player in a team of 11 players, right? So why that is not being assigned to, right? Why I don't have the option to just control a team, right? And at the same time, I'd be a player. And if I want to be just a driver, I can be just a driver. You know, but they had to make another game, which is called, I do believe, F1 Manager. It is a very cool game, right? It is beautiful, actually. Like T. Martin, he's a famous YouTuber gamer who actually made some footage. If you wanna go and check that out, it is actually quite a beautiful game. But I'm not gonna be like buying it out. Why I'm not having it as a feature inside of the game that I already bought? You know what I mean? I believe that that's the best or the better scenario. Like increasing one's sales, right? Let's say for example, like you made a production of 1,000 games of F1 2024, correct? And you made $1,000 of the F1 Manager 2024, right? And the same cost is like what, like $90 or like $100, right? So you make 100,000 here, you make 100,000 here if you manage to have a full sale on both products. Why don't you put on 2,000 copies on the F1 2024, and guarantee people buying the game. So you guarantee like a $200,000. Like of course the numbers are just for the sake of the example, but you guarantee the total sales selling out of the actual games, rather than having people to choose. Like, would I want to buy the manager part, or would I want to buy the driver / team / mode, where I try all the races? And you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like buying a manager side game, and at the same time looking forward to buy another one like this one, you know? So I believe that the F1 manager's kind of style will be left out, because there's not a lot of features that you can play with. So why don't you combine both? That would be interesting, you know, to see. What else? What else can be interesting to see? Of course, the terms of the personality, right? The personality part. Like when I'm answering each and every question in the press, right? There's a certain personality bar that I get towards to. Whether I'm an egoistic person, whether I'm a humble person, whether I'm some sort of a superstar, supernova, diva kind of player. That will be also an add-on. Yeah, and roaming around is some sort of a crucial part, right? And let's say an example, like before the race, like I see on the Netflix Drive to Survive, like sometimes the driver would take a ride out with the team principal before going to the race, or if they would take a ride out with their Ferrari, just roaming around the city, going to the actual event, and they would capture some footage, or would do like a quick interview inside of the car. Why don't you add that as well? Like going from the hotel to the race location, to the racetrack location, I would go like in a Ferrari if I'm playing the Ferrari team, or I would go like in a Mercedes if I'm playing in the Mercedes team, with my team principal chatting in the car, playing some music, you know, getting the essence of the actual lifestyle of a Formula 1 driver, because a Formula 1 driver must have all that luxury kind of world, right? Because he's dealing with a car that is worth more than like $50 million or something in those lines, like 10 to 50 million based on the electronics and based on the carbon fiber and all the design. So I do believe that like a person that's playing that simulation deserves to live, to feel like a $1 billion or $1 million bucks, you know, feel like $1 million bucks. If the saying is that, like, to feel like $1 million bucks playing this game. I do believe that add-on would be a very crucial part as well. Yeah, so let me know in the comments down below, or if we reach at least 10 likes, for example, I can actually make a video where I'll show all my like insights and my opinions on how to make this game better. Maybe I'd be lucky that one of the EA Sports developers might see that video and say, okay, well, we have thought about it, but we haven't thought about it in this way, maybe, and me as a humble person, just a user, just a fan of the game, have found out like there's some sort of features that can be added and can be doable for it to be added in a very short term, that would really enhance the experience and really would give some sort of a soul, much more like a soul and character to the actual storyline. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. And as I said before, if I see like a 10 to 15 likes per this video, I'd be gladly to just put on a separate video where I would like pin out on the pros and cons of the game, and I will definitely do like some sort of recommendations, and I will explain how these recommendations can be implemented, just as a fan speaking, as a fan standpoint. And if things escalates, I will definitely let you know, and we'll get you on the loop with that. Okay, so I'll leave you with some footage there, and we'll definitely be back. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we are running two quite different setups out there today. And you don't need me to tell you how it... You don't need me to tell you how it... Davidoff, that's enough.
I'm sorry?
Get out.
What on earth are you talking about?
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist. So get out and let those of us who actually care about the result do our jobs.
We'll talk about this later, Ackerman.
You can threaten me after the race.
So be it. You coming, Devon?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, listen. You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies. The only way we can survive this, the only way that any of us are coming back next season, is together. We all understand this? No. Aiden, Callie, look at me. You look at me. We understand this, yes?
Yeah.
If you put yourself ahead of the team today, there's no more team.
Callie. We got this.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry if I was ever...
Wow.
What?
Are you apologizing?
Yeah.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points.
All right. Deal.
Chin up.
You know, before a race begins, anything is possible. Anything. On the one hand, you have the true icons of the sport, certain drivers, certain teams who set the pace, who you expect to do well. On the other hand, you have the underdogs. And we are always there, always pushing for another place, another point. Looking for the smallest opportunity, the tiniest mistake we can punish. And in that moment, just before lights out, it's like the world holds its breath. You know? Everybody just waits. The air is heavy, you know? And I knew whatever happened, Cornersport had made its mark on the history of the sport. And I was at peace with that.
So you weren't nervous?
Are you kidding?
So we know how it stands right now. But just how different might it be when the checkered flag waves here in Abu Dhabi? And it's lights out, and away we go!
Alright, so we're back again with F1 2023 Breaking Point Series Part 12. Okay, so we are here at the Dubai Grand Prix. Honestly speaking, like Dubai's track is one of my favorite and I know it very well. So I know for a fact that I'm gonna do like great. I'm gonna do great on this track. Okay, so I'll leave you with some footage there and we'll definitely be back. Stay tuned.
Down the main straight we go. Here goes Jackson again, moving up the field. What a great race for him.
Yeah, it really is so far, Croft. I mean, it's a circuit he really enjoys. Remember the race in 2021 that he put together there? It was fantastic stuff back then.
Who could forget it? Connor Sport need a performance just like that today. Mayer's doing okay. Jackson really delivering.
Great stuff, Aiden. Come on, I think we can get one more place here. Push, push. Something's not right. Assessing. Stand by. I'm losing speed.
Heading down the back straight now. He's in a great spot, but hang on, he's slowing. He's slowing. Something is very, very wrong.
Yeah, I think he's got a problem here, Crofty. I wonder what it is. Could it be engine related?
Look, they're throwing their hands in the air on the pit wall, and he's out.
And yeah, that's the engine gone.
2023 is over for Aiden Jackson. It's a dramatic exit, and it wasn't what he was hoping for.
Something happened up there?
Yeah, engine failure, I'm afraid. Aiden is out of this race. Repeat, Aiden's out of the race. Did you get that?
Aiden's out. I heard.
What?
Let me speak to him.
Why?
Just give me the headset.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
That's what concerns me.
Kelly.
Devon?
Yeah, we've had a chat. We think it's best if you don't push the car too hard.
What? Why?
Look, you're way back, Cal, okay? We don't want to blow your engine too, so just cruise it in and finish the race.
It's got to be realistic here. Copy.
Sorry, is this a team order?
No, Casper agrees. You're just not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place. Okay, that's P4. You're into P4. Okay, careful with the overtakes. That was a bit risky. Could have received a penalty.
time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by her today. Connor Sport, I'm sure, will be very delighted with that one.
And if you believe the rumours, Ant, this is a team whose future has been in doubt. Surely, though, they've done enough to return next season. I think they've been wonderful to watch.
It was amazing. I'm not sure I've ever seen a race like that. I was wrong about Callie.
And how did you feel about the engine failure?
There's no such thing as the perfect car. The one that failed us was the same one that got us here in the first place. So, you've just got to drive the car you're in.
Well, everyone's an individual, which means that everyone is motivated a little differently. Take Devon as an example. He always responds well to having his ego brushed, to being told that he's the best. His greatest fear is failure, so it gives him further to fall, keeps him hungry. Callie, on the other hand, has an innate drive to prove people wrong. If someone tells her something's not possible, she'll do everything in her power to achieve it. A sort of stubborn determination that can be harnessed. And then there's Aiden. I mean, when he started in F1, people thought he was a nice guy, but he was incredibly ambitious. It's just what makes Aiden tick. Which is why I may have started a rumour or two about interest from other teams during his time at Connor Sport. To stoke that ambition. Keep his eyes on the horizon.
A lot of people might see that as manipulative, wouldn't you agree?
Well, of course. Motivation is manipulation. It's the same thing.
Is it?
Look, the end justifies the means. After all, it's just business.
Looking forward to next season?
Just let me at it.
Will you stay next season?
I've told Casper I'll stay if he does.
Do you still have a job after your run-in with Davidoff?
Well, we'll see.
We did it! We secured the funding. What a team!
And that's all that matters.
Right now, yes, that's all that matters.
Okay, so, we done? Yeah? Cool. Ciao.
All right, ladies and gents, that is the end of Formula 1 2023 Breaking Point Series last part. That is the end of this series. So definitely, if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and if you're happy with the work been done, press on the notification button to be notified by the upcoming videos. And as always, guys, thank you, take care, and we'll definitely see you in another video. Ciao.